All right, so we're just under 7 weeks from Toronto Pro. It's been almost 3 years since I've been on stage from injuries and all a bunch of other bullshit. But we're back, and I wanted to start documenting. Mike's under 2 weeks out from New York Pro, so we're going to be leaving next week to go up there. Hopefully come back New York Pro champ with the 212. Today is going to be our normal Monday session, which is always arms, and then a posterior chain focused leg day. So we're just going to run through everything like normal. We'll do some talking, maybe. We'll see how we feel, but jumping back into it. Pretty straightforward. It's always just a bicep tricep superset. We'll get 3 working sets in usually, give or take. Arms are an easy thing to add to the beginning of a workout to be able to kind of prioritize them, as opposed to adding them to the end and then it's just a cluster. At the end of a workout, when you have no energy left, trying to train arms and get any type of useful work out of it is foolish in my opinion. And then obviously we do get some supplementary arm work that is indirect from our other upper body day. So one way or another, they're getting a good bit of work on a weekly basis through direct and indirect work. Ooh, I got no ass behind me. I'm not heavy enough. Okay. There we go. Arms are like the only thing I can get a pump in right now. Okay. On that bicep that I tore back in 2024, I always have to be like really careful. I almost never can take it all the way to failure because I'm afraid of hurting it again. Which is fine because my right arm is still smaller than my left anyway. Fuck. It's okay. Okay. enough of that. Now we'll go warm up and get the main entree started. Come on. There you go. Nice. Yep, good. Yep. Good finish. Nice job. Good rep. Just 3 minutes on the bike. Trying to get my legs warm, my knees warmed up a little bit. Having knee surgery in January of 2025, I've had to basically redo everything that I do for legs now. So this is part of the warm up. Here, 3 minutes. It used to be a lot longer of warm up, and now that I feel better, it's not quite as long. And then we'll stretch. And it's a lot of warm up sets before we actually do anything heavy. The biggest challenge has been able to regain the ability to like connect and contract anything on this leg. The mind-muscle connection is just not great. And the mind-muscle connection on my left leg is very good. So it's a weird feeling to be doing bilateral movements and feel it almost exclusively in one side. So and I don't abandon my bilateral movements. A lot of people would then ask, like, well, why not just do unilateral stuff? Because I don't think that my legs would grow like that. And I actually think that this leg would shrink if I did that, and I don't want that. My goal to fix imbalances is to not shrink something else to match the other side. It's to help this side grow. So, and I looked into this quite a bit, and for example, like when Branch Warren tore his quad, one of the things that helped him come back super quick was the fact that he didn't do a bunch of unilateral stuff. He forced himself to adapt by doing the bilateral things. And that's been helpful, but you know, I'm 15, just about 15 months post-op now, and it's, you know, still got a ways to go, but it's all right, we'll be all right. Just gotta keep doing it. There's nothing else I can do. I can't do any more than what I'm already doing. And that's what I have to just kind of keep reminding myself. Hide the imperfections and flaws within my physique the best that I can, which is bodybuilding. You know, everyone has flaws, so. But injuries do tend to make you smarter and relearn how to train. Because you kind of have to reteach yourself how to train to an extent, because you can't do the things that you used to do. Also, with us training legs twice a week, Mondays and Fridays, quite frankly, this warm-up helps keep my knees healthy, because earlier this prep, at about probably 12 weeks out, my knees were in rough shape, and I was genuinely wondering how I was going to get through the rest of the prep because of how much pain I was in. So I actually ended up buying an elliptical to replace a good chunk of the cardio I was doing on my spin bike. I still do my spin bike, but it was just wearing my knees down so quickly. And then doing a bit more of a warm-up where I'm like really stretching, and even at home I do a lot more stuff now. It's made a huge difference. All right. So now we'll continue the warm-up onto adductors. Prescription only, guys. No rec drug use around here.
More than this.
Okay. Oh. Come on. Nice.
Fuck. Just leave it.
Go ahead. I got it. There you go. Milk it. Milk it. There you go.
Come on, Mike.
Good. Here a little bit. All right, that was a good set, actually.
Let's go. Come on. Come on. Yup. Get there. Come on.
Okay. Oh. Wow, I can't wait to get huge again. I'm not even shredded yet. I can't wait to qualify my athletes for the Olympia so that way they can be like suffering, and then in Vegas I can just be eating in and out in front of them. It's a great life. That's the Jacoby effect right there. Piss your athletes off to make them work harder for in and out. Goodness gracious, Jesus. What did we have it on, Mike?
I had it on.
The first set was at 100? No. I didn't realize that it was that heavy.
Sandbag and ass, motherfucker.
Hey, it doesn't matter about how many warm-ups you take. It's all about where you finish. I still finished down at the bottom. There you go. Yep, good. Still you. Yep, here we go. Yep. Go. Nice. Good job.
Good, come on. You got more. All the way.
Okay.
And squeeze. Come on, Justin. Let's go.
Okay. I have no idea how much to use for single leg.
I would just cut it a little less than half.
40?
Where are you at right there?
I was at 140.
140. I'd probably go 60. How many reps do you want?
50. It's always a pretty big drop off. I want some rep work here.
Alright, well, I'll keep moving regardless. So.
Okay. Holy smokes.
Come on, grind it. Keep moving, come on.
One more. Okay.
Too easy. Again.
Oh no.
I didn't even touch that second last.
Oh fuck. Oh.
Good?
Yeah, it's just like, oh. It's like 4 reps on a fucking bicep curl. Oh.
That second last rep, dude, you fucking fool. I didn't even touch it.
It's like they're always like on the verge of cramping because like the contraction's so strong. This must be what some of the other genetic freaks feel like. Less.
Yeah, come on. Haven't even touched it.
Okay. Oh.
I don't know who's shooting you. I mean, the official
Okay. We'll have light heavyweight hamstrings. Come on, big dog. Come on. There we go.
Yeah, just sit there, motherfucker.
Well, I wasn't before, and now if I do it on this leg, then you'll yell at me for not having them be even, so. This late in the game, you usually yell at me for helping you. Nice. Yep. Yeah, come on.
I'll make sure you're whole.
Oh, fuck. God damn. It's okay. Oh my God. Yeah. Nice. Good. Come on, Mike. Here we go. Good.
Let's go.
Go.
Come on. You got more. You got more. Let's go.
Come on, Mike.
Yup. Dig. Dig.
Drive.
Good.
There we go. Come on.
Another one. Let's go.
Here we go, buddy.
Up.
Drive.
Nice. Easy work. Come on.
Here we go. Drive.
Yep.
There we go. Good.
Three got kids now. I'm like, dude, what did I do? You're reliable. Perfect. Come on. Right here. Come on. Right here. Right here. Let's go, Justin. Come on. Good. Come on. Yup. Keep moving, come on. Right here. All right there. Right there. Come on. Come on. That's a step.
Oh, fuck.
Easy work. Nice.
Oh, okay.
Come on. Yup. Come on. Come on.
Okay. No?
Nah, so we're good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're good.
All my friends are dead. Jesus Christ, dude. Everyone is on the shit that we fucking need. Drive. Okay, rack. Good job. Yes. Very good. Very good. All right, guys, that's it. Don't have a whole lot to say, obviously. I just finished, so I'm out of breath and I can't think right now. We had a great session today, though, truly. Basically, pretty much like one more leg day for Mike, which will be Friday. And then peak week will be kind of up in the air on if we're going to just do like a little pump session just to try and keep his legs full and flush him with blood. Nothing heavy, no compound stuff, just basic. It'd be the most boring leg day of all time, but that's kind of what peak week is for. I feel very confident in how things have been going for me in my prep. I'm getting stronger as of late, which has been great. So I'm hoping to just continue to ride that in even though energy levels are low. You know, haven't had to do a whole lot of changing and manipulating of my plan. Cardio has not been high. Fat burners have not been high. Food I've been manipulating a little bit more here and there, but pushing my rest day diets as like dig days to be able to like bring those calories low. But training day calories really haven't changed a whole lot since the beginning of prep. Yesterday was a prep low of 203.4. I did a high day, came back up to 206.8, so it was a good fill. That's what I like to see. 3.5 pounds is kind of my sweet spot. That'll stick with me for about 2 days, and then my hope is to be able to hit another new low by end of this week. My goal was to be right around 200 pounds at 5 weeks out. That would put me in a very good position conditioning wise, and I also feel like I'd be a little ahead of schedule compared to where I was at with my pro debut. So like that's kind of what I've been using as my reference, is where was I at this point for my pro debut? What did my protocols look like? What did my plan look like? Now I will say this, I definitely refed a lot more during my pro debut prep, and I definitely was eating more during my pro debut prep, but I was doing more cardio. I was also using a little bit more fat burners. So things are just slightly different. But I'm getting older. You know, I'm 3 years older now. I did my pro debut, I was 29. I just turned 32. So it's not the same. I'm not the same bodybuilder. I have more muscle in some areas. I might have a little less in other areas based off of, you know, injuries and surgeries and whatnot, but I'm confident that it's all gonna come together, because from the beginning of prep to now, I've been able to create be able to fix a lot of imbalances. So, very pleased. Yeah, anything to add there, sir?
Just trying to fucking survive at this point. Closing up here on the New York Pro Prep, kind of just trying to survive these sessions at this point. I know most of my training is super heavy, and we just don't have it in us right now, so we're pulling back, staying safe, staying away from injury, trying to knock inflammation down, still keeping the work ethic up, but dialing things down hopefully to bring our best yet. So see you guys in about a week and a half.
Doing the shit that Mike doesn't like doing, which is tempo work and high rep stuff. So I don't like doing that, Justin. It's like, well, right now is the right time to do it. So I'm trying to keep him in one piece. It's been a really good prep, like as far as like staying healthy, relatively injury free. A little nicks and, you know, here and there, but that's very normal for prep. We've been able to go around most of those things, but right now, again, just trying to still get really good quality work in. It doesn't matter about breaking records right now. It matters about getting quality work done, stimulating, and then getting out, being able to recover from each session, which even with us pulling back on his volume, at this point, Mike's pretty much doing like one working set basically per exercise, and you know, and he's been wrecked, you know what I mean? So that means that we're creating a lot of stimulus even within that one set, but that also can tell us that, hey, some recovery might be slowing down a little bit, so it's a cat and mouse game where you're just kind of chasing it, but very pleased. Still have to make weight, still haven't quite gotten down there yet, but we're right where we wanted to be, and this is exactly where I was hoping that we would be at this point. I didn't want to be at the cap yet. I wanted to be in striking distance. We've hit a couple lows where it's like, okay, we're really close, and then we've just been giving a little bit of extra food and definitely a lot of cardio, preserve energy, preserve the legs, but conditioning is surpassed what we've brought in the past. So we've beaten that, and we're noticeably heavier this year. We did a comparison. I think we were 205 in those. Yeah, so that's a pretty profound amount of tissue, and anybody who has seen his physique can clearly see the changes. You know, that's over 7 pounds of tissue added since last year, and I'm very confident that that's going to display. Once we get to make weight, get to do our carb up, which actually, to be honest, this prep, getting Mike to get fuller has not been a huge challenge. Like even small extra bits of food, his body's been very responsive. I'm not talking blasting full, but definitely a visual response that's been trending in the right direction. So with us having to weigh in at like 7 o'clock at night and only having basically 12 hours, a little bit over 12 hours before we will be on stage the next morning, you have to play things smart. So now we have a great plan in place. I feel very confident that just giving the right amount of foods at the right time and just doing everything slow, steady, not changing too many variables will have us be right where we need to be. So condition's gonna be on display. It's gonna be nasty, and I'm super confident. So thanks guys for tuning in. Catch you next time.